Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the Irony of Gaming, and I am back with some CounterSide. So I know it's been quite a bit of a while that I've been uploading, videos and whatnot. But I was pretty much taking a small little vacation, hanging out with family, hanging out with friends. Played a few games too. A few games that I was already playing that I've never recorded. So I was like playing like a little bit of Conan Exiles and Metaphor, which I really do like that game a lot. But one of the main things that was like really starting to take up my time, during my little vacation, was I had a lot of videos, guys. Like a lot of PvP videos that I was making and whatnot, and I had to do a lot of editing. Because I wanted to process all of them, because there were some that I didn't even get a chance to even process, which goes back like quite a bit back, like from 2025 to now and whatnot, and I wanted to just lock in and get all of that done. It was, guys, there were so many of those videos that I had to combine some, like most of them into three videos. So I had to combine like 3 videos to make one. It was so many, it was ridiculous. I didn't even realize that I made that many. But I locked in, got it done, took a break to rest for a bit, and now we're back. And we've got a lot that we gotta do. Got a lot to cover. We got plenty of games that we gotta play, and plenty more of the recap for CounterSide that we have to get through, because I am determined to finish this. Now, I know that episode 15 is out, and episode 15 did answer quite a bit of story, like quite a bit of questions. It answered quite a bit of questions that we had. However, despite that, there's still a lot more that episode 15 did not answer. There's still plenty more that was left unsaid, plenty of other characters that didn't get a screen time for this, and yeah, we're gonna go over that. We're gonna do a recap of it, and who knows? Maybe someday we'll get like a graphic novel or something, or anything that could, answer most of those questions that we have for most of the characters. So yeah, without further ado, let's continue with this. So we're going to be going to the next episode, because the last one was episode 7 with Jushiun. Got kidnapped, and he ended up, unleashing his powers, his awakened form. He decided to accept his Kaleshas rather than going against them or trying to become the dragon, which made him even stronger. But this also gave the team a understanding of what the Qliphoth games are, and they're starting to prepare for the inevitable that's going to occur. So now, what we're starting with is episode 8, and I can say that a lot of people at the time, they really liked Stormbringer, because I mean, if you don't recognize this guy here already, you will now. But a lot of people really did like this story right here for this particular character. But yeah, we're gonna go in on this. So before I even start, you guys already know the drill already. If I'm gonna talk about anything spoiler related, I am going spoiler related, or I'm gonna talk about any of the other substreams, or any of the seasonal stuff. I am going to rotate my mouse just like this in a circle, and that's gonna give you guys. Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna count down. Sorry, it's been a while, but I'm gonna count down from 5 seconds, and that's going to give you guys the sign to mute the video. And then once I'm done talking about what I'm talking about, I am going to rotate my mouse in a circle like this, and that's going to give you guys the signal to unmute the video, and then we'll continue on from there. So, oh, also too, I got there's a rule that I have to follow as well. If when I come across missions, like come across any type of missions that we have to do within the story, the rule for me is that I'm obligated to only use units that's part of the same squad. Now, sometimes there may come a time where I may have to do a collaborative effort where I'm adding in, you know, another unit that's part of another squad just to get through specific gimmicks of, you know, that the game throws at me. But I mean, it rarely happens, but as we get higher up in level, you know, there may come a time where we may need to do that. But yeah, let's see if it happens on this one. But without further ado, let's get started with the Stormbringer. Ooh, Jaina. I know a lot of people have freaked out when they saw this. You were the replacer queen. Found on the New Ohio. So this is really interesting because actually, hold on. Okay, so for those of you who had forgotten before, so back in the Replacer incident, the Replacer incident was when. Actually, hold on, just a minute. I'm gonna lower this down just a little bit. All right, yeah, 47 is good. All right, so back in the incident with the Replacers, what we learned was that when the original gets killed, a defense mechanism system gets in place, and it begins to reactivate to bring the body back to life. But when the body gets brought back to life, they are no longer the original person. They don't have the same brain waves as them. They have a few of their memories, but it's like sometimes it's like jumbled up nonsense, and they just can't make sense of it. But the important thing is that when the original body dies, the original body gets resurrected into a completely different being. So with Jaina being here, this would mean that the Replacer Queen did meet her end, and that would mean that she faced off against Ju Shi-yoon. Mind you, Ju Shi-yoon, he didn't get his awakened powers yet. So she faced off against Ju Shi-yoon, and Ju Shi-yoon killed her. Or at least this is the thought that we have. This is what the speculation is, that Ju Shi-yoon managed to kill her. Which then eventually when the Delta Force, Delta 7 forces, when they showed up to, retrieve the ship and whatnot, then they ended up finding Jaina right there, or the Replacer Queen there, but the regeneration system had already kicked in, and now it's this new person. Now, I always had a hot take on this, and I still believe it still to this day. No matter what, until somehow, the writers or something could disprove it or not, or, well, not disprove it, but debunk it. That I think that the Replacer Queen is still alive, and somehow she might have managed to, because remember, the Replacer Queen had very special powers. She's able to, she has very special type of powers of regeneration. Better than anybody that the Replacer King had, and she actually, if it's anybody who could probably do something where they can hide their consciousness in their subconscious or something that would cause them to just temporarily forget until the right time is right for them to end up recovering and becoming who they were back then, it would be the Replacer Queen. And I still believe that there could be some moment in time that where something could just trigger it, and Jaina would just end up becoming the Replacer Queen once more. It would be such an epic thing if they could, do something about that. Or if that would be the case, that would be amazing. But yeah, that's basically my take on it. Hey, you've got John Mason. Mercenary hater. Oh, this was funny. Okay, so for what they're talking about, there's I think it's in the seasonal substream, or it's during Mason's substream. It's pretty hilarious because it shows you how Mason got to where he was, and this particular scene explains, like, he's pretty much talking about the situation that happened during his substream, and I gotta say, guys, it was wild. Like, it was crazy because they had Jake chasing after them, and they had to find ridiculous means. Like, just ridiculous stuff to try and slow down Jake, which was just wild. And you know, there was a bunch of hyperspace stuff happening, and it was just like it was an indication that really showed just how powerful Jake actually is, and it's crazy. Like a killing machine sent from the future. Now this has got to be a Terminator reference, right? It has to be. A killing machine sent from the future. You failed though. Colonel Jason, whatever your name is. Colonel J.V. Watson. Still got his name wrong. Hope we never meet again. Oh, she's got a point. Oh yeah, I remember this too. Oh man, the contributions on that was wild. It was hilarious too on what happened to the money. I think it's in the same substream, or it's another substream that talks about it. Until Jane ran away with the money. Yep. Oh, got our first mission. Okay. Okay, so what are we gonna do? Let's see, what unit are we gonna use? We're gonna, you know what? I want to use a unit that I haven't used in such a long time. A whole team of them, and I think we could. Actually, I want to see something. For how many are we allowed to use? Oh, we can use any number. Oh, I have an idea. Where are you? There we go. Colin.
そろそろ接客の時間だよ。
Where are you? There we go.
それがお前の望みか。
And Lelouch.
ルルーシュビブリタニアが命じる。
Let's do it. Uh,
武器のスペックを理解することは欠かせない。
I think she's what? Oh, cooldown. She's mech. I wonder, do I have any swift gear that's for mech? Wait a minute. I could have sworn I did. Oh, I guess I did. I should probably fix that. Okay.
私にくれるプレゼント？
Yeah, I think I'm gonna change the ship. I'm gonna do this. Give more firepower. And I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. Oh no. Okay. Okay, hold on. Guys, I gotta ask you guys a question, right? So, yay if you think that pineapples should be on pizza, or nay, that it should not. Okay, now, for me, I've tried it before. I didn't really like it. But then I had a few mixes on I think it was like on a Papa John's pizza, and I had like a mixture of other things with it along with barbecue sauce, and it tasted okay, but still I do not think pineapple belongs on pizza. I think that's just ridiculous. What do you guys think? do you guys think that pineapples should be on pizza? Let me know in the comments section. Oh, look at that. John Mason, he agrees. Pineapples should not be on pizza. What kind of maniac eats pineapple on a pizza? What? Oh man, Jake. That's not good. Oh man, I haven't heard that track in such a long time. The Gauntlet.
水中戦に備えよそこまで望むなら徹底的に満足させてやるキャッハッキャッキャッハッキャッキャッ準備運動は終わった
Oh, I messed up.
ダメなら
ゼロ
この程度
いくらでもベットする
There we go.
この距離なら
無理
全体に水泳の実力を見せつけてやる
そこか
The Black Knights will save us. Yo, this looks really epic. Oh, that is epic.
出世は目の前だな
Nice. So you really are a monster. Yep. Hilde is freakishly strong. It's probably something meaner out there. Oh, the artifact. Yeah, that one was pretty crazy. He's talking about I think it's the Uncrying. I think that's what it is. It might be that one, or it might have been the part 2 of it for Horizon's story when she was seeking revenge against Jehudi Biotech. All my homies hate that guy. Jane Killer. Oh, the scavengers.
ついにこのカジノを去る時が来たよね。
Oh, this might be a crazy one. We may have to. Maybe we'll do a collaborative effort, baby. You know what? We'll see what happens. Let's see what happens. Ooh, +2. I like this theme song. You know, he has a really interesting he has an interesting history, and I'm wondering too. So there was a you know, later on there's a story that mentions something similar of somebody who had a similar accident, and it might be this character. But of course, it's still vague. But I think that the character that they mentioned during the Omen story for pirates, I think they were talking about him. But I mean, at this point, it could be like speculation. But I'm pretty confident that I think that they were probably mentioning him. Roja. But who knows? What do you guys think? Yep. Junk collector. Man, they have no idea who they're talking to. Yeah, they were pretty badass. Actually, too, I do have a video of that if you guys want to check that out. It's somewhere within the it's in the playlist section. I believe it's in the substream playlist section for CounterSide. Yeah, it should be in the CounterSide substream episodes. Yeah, it is in there. I named it Hidden Story. We found it. So if you're curious on checking that out, that was basically one of the only stories that was expansive within the dive mode. So you would have to play through the dive mode in order to unlock those episode stories, which back then was pretty crazy. Like, it was insane. On the final boss levels that we had to fight, it was crazy. But I mean, now with the way that the game is now, all these strong characters, they pale into comparison now. Well, they pale in comparison.
任務を受け付けた。
私はルルーシュの共犯者。
この程度。
イアン・ジュニア
準備運動は終わった。
悪いけどチッイエス私の勝ちにそれ
センターに水泳の
最後に水泳するお前らここまで
Man,
今回の任務も成
the
功した
Black
な。
Knights are powerful. Ooh. Uh-oh, he's struggling against Jake, as expected. Yep. It's very surprising that you know, a human, like a regular soldier human, like Rojo is, you know, like, even though he's not really like going toe to toe with him like this, but just to barely survive against Jake is impressive. Because Jake is very strong. You're a genius. Ah, that's what he's talking about. It's quite amazing that she's still got that much power, enough to destroy ships. Maybe a grade S. Hmm. Good old Sisop. Which, you know what? Also, too. Hold on, just spoiler alert. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so for those of you who didn't mute the video, my question with this is that I'm pretty surprised that they didn't add Sysop into the situation with the second Clifoth game, but I'm guessing because they were probably in such a rush that they just didn't have enough time to add in everything that they wanted, because I think there are a couple of things that are missing in episode 15, even though it was a really good episode, but there were still a lot of things that were missing. And I think they probably didn't get the chance to really flesh it out the way that they wanted to, just of how, you know, how much that they were cramming into the main episode. I think that there technically was supposed to be like 2 parts or maybe even 3 parts to this. But yeah, it would have been awesome to see if, you know, like to see a really, really good fleshed out version of it. Number 1 striker. Grade S counter. So he would be the grade S counter, probably working in the administration area, like one of those what do they call it? Habitation zones? Habitable zones? Again, Sysop is just, he's just that person, man. He's just that one. Alright, so we got another mission. The ideal and the reality. Okay, so let's see, who else are we going to use? Black Knights are just crushing it. You think they would work? Hold on, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's try out HTR Barry. Let's see, who was it? Who's part of the team again? No, that was not it. Bomi?
최고의 무대를 만들어보자. 다음,
Geyu?
스탠바이. 저 배지는
루미?
내 배지인데?
Where is she?
전
There we
역시
go.
합방 체질은 아닌가 봐요. 제가 리드하겠습니다. 안전벨트 매고 출동!
We're going to
이거 내가 처음
make her a
쓰는
little
거지?
bit durable since she's a siege unit. We'll give her
온기가 느껴지네요.
crit damage. I probably should use this instead over getting you.
충성충.
But wait a minute, I think I have a second one. I do. Ray.
온기가 느껴지네요.
Alright. I think we'll be good. Yep, she had a extraordinary power. See, had severe damage to her brain neuron system during the battle, and it affected her memory and personality. She recovers the entire memory. I don't know if she will stay cooperative after that. So maybe, in a way, of what they're saying here, maybe this, like, you know, maybe the theory could be true, where maybe she didn't die, and Jushin probably thought he killed her, and, you know, she just have less of the memories and whatnot. But, you know, I still, you know, it can still be, you know, I can still be wrong on it, but I still think, you know, somewhere, somehow, Replacer Queen is still there. Monstrous. Yep. And man, oh man, we know the reason why too. It explains everything. Quite the story. Secret helping hand, huh? That makes me think. The secret helping hand within this. Could it be the administrator? Or she's probably talking about Jaina again. Treasure Island.
언니, 오빠들.
Some phase, one of those phase missions. Ooh, this will be interesting.
정정만 전개. 눈을 가라. 좋아. 관심. 여기도 저기 나 먼저 간다.
라이트닝.
시작합니다.
Hold on. I think I need to increase that a little bit.
어쩔 수 없어요.
저
Nice.
많이 칭찬해 주실 거죠?
미션 성공. 좋아요 부탁드릴게요.
Okay, 1.4. Memory. Alright, so let's see. Who else are we going to use now? You know what? I got an idea on something.
소망이 있으세요?
It's just gonna be her. Oh, so she's remembering something. As a power source for the imperfect missile time. We will lose them both. Okay. Very bold move. Uh-oh. Ooh. Uh-oh. He's like, well, damn. You just pissed her off. Way to piss off the chick with the large sword. Nice job, Jake. I want to see what happens. I'm very curious.
언니, 오빠들 잘 부탁드립니다. 당신을 위한 바람이 불어올 거예요. 줄기를 따라. 끊어내. 핫! 핫! 완전 무적 상태예요. 핫! 핫! 끊어내. 영원한 건 없는 법이니까요. 여기도 저기도 전부 저희 땅이에요. 끊어내. 찬란하게. 완전. 언니, 줄기를 따라 도움 됐겠죠? 완전 무적 상태예요. 이것이 제가 선택한 길이에요.
Man,
역시 오빠가
he is
최고예요.
strong. Oh man. Where do they keep appearing?
머리 쓰다듬어 주셔도 돼요.
All right, and we're going to Act 2. You know, it wasn't really that much. From what I remembered, I could have sworn it was a bit longer than this. I think maybe episode 9 and 10 was definitely one of the longer ones. Hey, Mina. Disaster is inevitable. Yep, and this is where we learn of Nehemoth's true identity, which is Rey. Sorry, give me 1 second. This is very strange. Why is that? Interesting. Used to be. What an insult. I shouldn't be depressed by the truth. Interesting. Mean looks? Easter egg. It's a little funny quirk thing that I usually do sometimes. I see a a typo, and I just consider them as Easter eggs. Interesting. The lighthouse, you say? Forever stay barren.
좋은 인재들과 교류할 기회로군요. 겁먹지 마세요. 같은 편은 잡아먹지 않아요. 좋은 인재들과 교류할 기회로군요. 어휴, 얌전히 지내야겠다.
Lambda. Where's Lambda? Lambda? Wait a minute. Wait, hold up. Wait a second. I'm pretty sure Lambda is a ranger. Wait, what? Hold on. Wait a minute.
실익이 있길 바라죠.
Wait a minute. Did they? Was she always a sniper? Or did they change it? I could have sworn she was a ranger. Or did I get that mixed up? Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna look into that. I could have sworn she was a ranger at one point. Okay. Hold on, just in case, let me check if they are in the same group, because they're supposed to be. Yeah, they are. Okay. And then the society ones, yeah.
이건 아주 치명적인 배합이에요.
중요한 증거품이라면 제게 맡기시죠.
논쟁이 격화될 때 이용하겠어요.
원하신다면
Yeah, that should be fine. Maybe a little too overpowered, but that should be fine. The high-powered coordinate signaler the administration found. So you won't get lost in the CounterSide. Huh. She's quite the oddball. I mean, Mina, don't you think that this is like a little suspicious that somebody recommended you and Ju Shiyun to be there? I mean, especially if you've seen somebody who has like a sword who kind of looks like a knight, wouldn't you think something suspicious?
언니, 오빠들 잘 부탁드립니다. 만나 뵙게 되어 영광이에요.
성을 척도로 어둠을 밝혀라.
타깃은 꽃이라. 친구들을 부르자.
금기를 어긴 백분 이런 곳에서 건 정치 근거를
혹시라
그들어서
저기도 작별해줘요.
힘의 안착은 그 죄를
함께해요.
에이.
역시 오빠가 최고예요.
Yep. Uh-oh. And then laughing. That's not suspicious at all. Thank you, Ju Shiyun. Yeah, forget them. Let's just go about our mission. Okay, so spoiler alert. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so for those of you who didn't mute the video, so when this particular scene happened, and then knowing the patterns that Rosaria has always been taking place in, it always seems that when a Qlipoth game always seems to start, she tends to get in the way, or there always seems to be a demon lord that gets in the way of another one that has asked permission to start the game. And Rosaria seems to be the one to always like throw a wrench in both sides but ultimately always gets in the way of a demon lord. Hence this reasoning right here, where it's almost as if she knew that Mina would try to go to where she is, almost as if she's purposely leading Mina away from sure death or just danger temporarily. And I think that maybe it has something to do with her, like in her head, she's thinking, if I keep Mina alive, Mina could be one of the strongest foes when she's ready to face me, or if I keep Mina alive, I get to end up facing Hilde. And if Mina's dead, then I will not be able to face Hilde. Because even Rosaria probably understands that this might be the last stretch of this world happening, and this is their last chance. And so I doubt Rosaria would ever want to pass up the chance of, you know, having to face her arch nemesis or anybody who's potentially stronger than her. But that's my thoughts on it. See, her saying that instantly, you should instantly know that something's up. I remember reading through this the first time. I'm just like, Mina, there's no way you could be this dense. Jushion definitely has to know something's up.
승리했습니다. 변수는 없었다.
Hungry ones. Oh, hold on 1 second. Just need to check something out. Okay.
예전에 저는 미약하고 어리석었죠. 하지만 알고 있습니다.
I like this team here.
머지않아 그 시절을 그리워할 날이 오리라는 것도.
But we're going to change it up again.
안전벨트 매고 출동.
가만 앉아 있을 수 없지.
쓸만한 녀석들이면 좋겠는데.
Oh yeah, I think it's time. Bum bum bum.
나더러 남들 뒷공문이나 졸졸 따라다니라고.
There we go.
힘이 필요해? 본함과 동기화 완료.
What's her new ability?
지금부터
Did they
이 함은
change her up?
이제 내 통제하에 있다.
And attack 9% and attack speed to ally units for 15 seconds. Okay, so we have to summon Knight. Oh wait. Ooh, wait a minute. We don't have that. You know, I find that interesting where the way that they lined this up, they put it to where it's almost as if she was never meant to be a part of the replacers. he's like out of place with this. Because you would think that this was built, you know, for the team itself. Her abilities is nice for the team, but the way to activate them, you have to use external forces to meet that criteria of a ranger and a supporter. That's fascinating. All right, let's see. What do we do? King. I'm gonna give her attack speed, right?
이번 건 좀 튼튼하길
And
바랄게.
for King, we will do that. Actually, you know what? Nah, you know what? I'm not gonna use the Elder Gear because it'll just make him way too strong. You know what? Screw it. We'll do it. Just gotta find it though. Was it this one? I don't think so. No. Yeah, it's this one.
만족스럽군.
I mean, it's not gonna be necessary, but we'll do it. That's very interesting too. That, huh? That's extremely interesting. That CEOs, I wonder, would CEOs be able to recognize demon lords, or would they just? Or are they just too mindless that they'll just attack anything, including demon lords? Ah, Rivet. I forgot she was in this. Oh man, that's one of the things too. I wanted to know so much more of Rivet because I think that when like the way that Rivet jokes, especially when she jokes about where she came from, I really do think that she's actually telling the truth. And people just think that she's lying or just joking. But I actually think that she is telling the truth because she is pretty sadistic that way. Oh man, Rivet is an amazing character though. She is a beast. I mean, like, if anything, I would have always thought that Rivet would have eventually gotten an awakened form. Because Rivet is just, it's just not possible. Like, the way that the feats that she performs of, it's not possible that a regular soldier is capable of doing this. This chick goes toe to toe with such powerful beings, including demon lords. It's ridiculous. Like there's a part in a substream where she was tasked with something where she was like, you know, she had to subdue specific individuals and whatnot. I mean, eventually, you know, she lost control of it, but still, it's like she's a powerful character. at all. Vita,
프로토콜
this is
재편성.
hilarious.
귀찮지만 어쩔 수 없지.
처형을 집행하겠다.
실력을 평가해 주지.
가소롭다. 어딜 기어올라! 자, 아름답게 사라질 시간이다. 시시한 새로운 거점
추가 확인.
전력을
아름답게 사라질 시간.
공력 충전 완료. 모든 전투원 출격 준비 완료. 다음 기회 같은 건 적성체 추가 확인.
아름답게 사라질 시간.
흑제대
거점
흑제대
아직 멀었어.
특별히 기여.
아직 멀었어.
잠시 나서고 체크해. 적성 객체 완전 침몰.
Nice.
따뜻한 식사와 포근한 잠자기를 요구한다.
Yeah, that is crazy. A few category 4s, and Mina still killed them. Yeah, she's definitely getting stronger. Interesting. Indeed. Oh, you know what is interesting too? This might actually be the first time Rosaria sees Yumina here. Ever since the replacer incident. Oh, she instantly knows. And Mina just fell for that.
지옥에 가긴 아직 이른가 보고.
Nice job, Mina. But she'll learn quick. Okay, so the banner flies and the wind of the hour battle is nigh. Okay, we're gonna do this.
제 손으로 직접
This
조율해드리죠.
will be quite the performance.
리허설을 해야겠네. 휴가 중이지만 사장님 부탁이니까 잘 챙겨줄게. 앞으로 전진! 행복해 보이는 사람들 뿐이구나. 좋은 소리를 내려면 좋은
I might
악기를
actually play
써야지.
this team for quite a bit.
다들 알아서 잘하겠죠?
Yeah, that should work. Nice job, Shion. Yep, exactly. As she said, the wolf. Yep, there you go. He paid attention. There you go. Well, unfortunately for you, you will be facing off against the performance.
내 연주가 필요해? 고결할 시도를 할 수 있도록. 이번엔 제가 직접 할게요. 예쁜 소리를 내봐. 호응이 부족하네요. 손을 따라 함께 소리를 내봐. 올릴게. 좋아. 당신의 한옥탑 올릴게. 너희한텐 제 연주 한옥탑. 활발한 천천히. 바닷바람이 불어오는 인력은 충분. 시험 끝. 인력은 자연에선 생존이 곧 승리죠.
Nice. Ooh. Oh, it needed Mina's blood. Oh, there goes Jake.
부부가 된 기념 선물이에요. 마음에 드시나?
Wow, we are flying through this. Hey, reunited again. But then our client attacked us. Can't even trust your own clients. What a world we live in. You know what's really crazy though? Hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. For those of you who didn't meet the video, so you know what's really crazy about this is that despite everything that has happened so far, Hilde still never told Mina the truth, and Mina had to find out a different way, which is very interesting. Despite everything that has happened, I don't know if it would make if it would make more sense if Hilde had just told her exactly what she is, and you know the whole situation with Hilde and the administrator and what their past is. It's really interesting that she still hasn't told everything on that. But I wonder too that, like, would anything change if she did tell her? That would be something interesting about. Like, maybe there's like an alternate reality or something, or maybe she has in the past, and it would always lead to her death, or Hilde, making rash actions that would cause them to lose every time. I wonder.
표본
Battle has
확보해주세요,
begun.
여러분.
Oh.
절망을 연주해드리죠. 한옥탑 올릴게. 예쁜 소리를 내봐. 그게 뭐죠? 좋은 소리를 내주네. 예쁜 소리를 내봐. 한옥탑 올릴게.
You don't match for the performance.
만족스러운 결혼식이로군요.
머리 식히면 먹이 사슬에 따른 결과예요.
They annihilated her. Oh shit. Wait, why is that embarrassing? Oh, right. They saw Jaina. That's ironic. What's really interesting though is shouldn't Ju Shi-yoon say something about this? Unless, I think maybe they probably explained it a little bit more in later episodes, but I don't think so. Unless, I'm thinking that maybe during the fight, if Ju Shi-yoon wasn't the one who eliminated her, then could it be that she just eventually succumbed to her wounds while fighting Ju Shi-yoon? Because remember, Ju Shi-yoon was strong, but he wasn't an awakened yet. So maybe the thrashing that she took multiple times from Hilde, it already took its toll, and because we do know that she was already at a timer, right? So maybe the timer had run out while she was fighting Ju Shi-yoon, and she just succumbed to her wounds. Who knows, Mina? Maybe they were never there. And you're just batshit crazy. Okay, so this was interesting. So Carlotta was the client, and then Carlotta started attacking everybody. And now they have to try to find the lighthouse because she's probably up to no good, trying to find something that'll probably just end up trying to destroy everybody or whatnot, especially since you have Mina's blood and the super reactor, which that don't seem like a good combination of anything. So that's gonna be quite crazy. But I think this is a good time to call it here, and the next episode we're going to continue with the next two parts of this, and it gets pretty cool. In I believe in Act 3 and 4, you're gonna start seeing the epicness and what's the getup with this. But yeah, we're gonna be calling it here today. But before we do that, I'm going to start at least 2 PvP matches. Oh man, we had a crazy match today, right? So there's a specific PvP fight. If you guys are curious to check it out, it will be called see something real quick. It will be you want to look for PvP match 731. That was a pretty epic match. Pretty cool match. So feel free to check that out. But alright, so this was the team that I was using. It's been doing pretty good so far. The main point of this team though is to distract the enemy as long as you can to try and get your snipers out. either Mordred or Rosaria. Depending on the situation, I'm counting on them to eliminate my enemies on this. However, if push comes to shove, if possible, if I'm given enough time, I can just summon Alice to deal with specific units within the game. Or I'll just use Nibble to completely shred the tanks, and then if anything, if I have to buy more time, I can have Lulu in the back to cause her to put, you know, the enemy to sleep to buy some time, and also to build up the ultimate and their specials, and then using Veronica to buy me some more time. But in some cases, Veronica does end up wiping out some of the units.
이걸 나눠주는 거야? 착하네.
So we are going to try that out and see what happens. So far we've been having a nice streak going from there, but we recently reached Challenger rank, the Challenger 1. So I'm not sure, because I was facing a lot of opponents within, you know, Challenger rank 2 and below. So I don't know how often I'm going to run into people in the Challenger rank 1. That's usually one of the reasons why I tend to, that's like the main reason actually, is the reason why I tend to try not to reach this type of rank, because it takes a while to start at times for some odd reason. The matchmaking system is just weird, always been weird like that. But yeah, I tend to face more opponents within Challenger 2 and below, but mostly, like, I would say at the most it would have to be like Grandmaster and below. Alright, so this is an interesting start right here. It's not the best, so we're gonna try and do a distraction here. I really want to try and get a ranger out, so I'm gonna buy myself some more time and see what he does next with this. Okay, so they're using the Hill Day strategy. Got it. Okay, so we're gonna try and see if we can actually do something about this. So we're gonna use Mama Yaga to deal with this. Oh, perfect. Alright, so Hilda's still alive, and we're gonna use Nibble to deal with the situation before it gets worse. Then we're gonna use Lulu, and we're good. GG's. It's a pretty effective team. Now, what most people don't get to, right? For Lulu, she has an interesting ability here. Where is it? Okay, so for Lulu, when she activates her special, and you get up to level 5, she actually nullifies 3 buffs if the enemy's HP is below 20% instead. Right? So what's gonna happen is, let's say you have Veronica, units like Veronica, or units like Shifuyu, right? Actually, let me check Shifuyu just in case. Becomes immortal, cannot be canceled. Okay, so she's a bit different. It was another unit. Where is she? Sigma. Yeah, so she enters a berserker state, which gives her the immortal, right? And Terror Brains on the field, attack. Just check it just in case it says they're unable to, nullifies buffs and debuffs and will be destroyed. Yep. And then when destroyed, she enters the berserker state. She gains immunity to all hit stuns, nullifies debuffs. Right. Now, the thing is about this, right? So Lulu's ability is technically not considered a debuff. It's considered like just a special move, and what she does is she's able to nullify buffs, and the immortality ability would be considered a buff, and when she activates it, she actually removes it. She can't do that with Shifuyu, because Shifuyu, I guess like Shifuyu was kind of built to handle that situation. However, if you were to get like, what is it, Veronica into that state and whatnot, because I've noticed a few things too with Veronica, that when she enters that survival mode thing, you're unable to remove it. So you can't remove it at all with this. So when that drops down, yeah, she goes into the immortality state, but you can remove it. And there are a few units in the game that could remove those abilities, and Lulu is one of them. So if you have something that's like she's going crazy about, like, you know, with the immortality thing, or you have a Sigma that's doing that, you could actually put Lulu on the field, and if Lulu has her special ability, she could just use that special ability and completely remove those buffs, because one of them will be the immortality, depending on how many buffs that unit was getting, which is pretty useful. Some people usually don't know about that. I mean, Lulu is, like, in my opinion, she's kind of she has the potential to be a broken unit, especially with the low cost that she has, but they did balance it in a way where she can't take much of a hit and easy to wipe out. But yeah, she's definitely a cool unit to use, especially in PvP, if you use her correctly. Especially her ultimate. Her ultimate is a really good time waster. Time waster for the enemy, but she can buy you some pretty good time. Uh-oh. Are we frozen? Oh, okay. Alright, so we got an interesting thing. So we're gonna put this here. See what happens. I want them to kind of place a little bit more enemies on here, but now I'm gonna buy a little bit more time. I'm gonna have Nibble. Oh no! Oh, dude, that messed up. That messed it up. Yeah, we might be in trouble. We might actually be in trouble now. I'm gonna try and distract it a little bit. The camera ended up moving it. We might be in trouble too. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we're gonna put Lulu down. Start removing some buffs if we got any. Nice. Then we're gonna put down Alex to prevent the healing. Oh, you know what? We probably should have used Veronica. Oh yeah, they wiped her. Oh, no, I think Rosaria's still alive. She's still alive. Cool. We get Veronica now to stop them a little bit. Now we can buy a little bit more time in summoning. Yes. Alright, cool. Then we can summon. Oh, nice. And Lulu put them to sleep. Nice. But can we make it though? Ooh, this is getting intense. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, man. A little too late. So, we made a really big mistake because, like, I should probably turn the what's it called? The camera movement automatic thing, because that ended up having me put Nibble at the front of the thing, which she wasn't supposed to do that. Let's try one more. Let's try one more right there. See the camera tracking, I kind of messed up on that. Because sometimes that could screw you over. And so when that happened and it summoned it, it automatically put the camera right there. So I ended up putting her at the front of the field, which you don't ever want to do that. All right, so this time is Jake. So this is going to be interesting.
언니 오빠들 잘
Okay, so this is going to be an
부탁드립니다.
interesting one here. I might end up using Veronica
진격할
instead.
시간이다. 제군들.
Yeah, perfect. So we're gonna wait for him to do that. I'm gonna place her down.
처단하겠습니다.
I want to see what other units that they're gonna place on the field.
확실히 준비 다 됐대요. 이렇게 됐으니
Perfect.
실망시키지는 마라.
All right, so we're gonna try and eliminate Jake as fast as possible, and then we're gonna go straight for Rosaria. We're gonna use those soldiers to distract Rosaria, so I have my Rosaria can attack her, and then we're gonna place down Ruby. Oh man, they attacked her first. Alright, so we're gonna summon Mordred now to see if we can handle this. Hopefully they can survive long enough for me to deal with the situation here. Okay, we got her down. I don't know if she'll survive long enough though. Yeah. Ah, such a shame. Oh, you know what I could have done too? I probably should have summoned, because since we took out Jake, probably should have summoned Horizon to buy a little bit more time. But I was pretty sure, I think they weren't far enough. Like, I should have put it far enough into the field right here, but my Rosaria should have already attacked the other Rosaria already. Because normally the other Rosaria would be distracted by that, but it is what it is. Sometimes placement is a very important thing. But I hope you guys enjoyed the PvP matches here. But yeah. Also be on the lookout for some shorts videos as well, because I do post some shorts vids on there. I do have 3 that I have to upload sometime this week. I'll put the link in the description below, and also too I do have a music channel as well, so if you want to check that out, feel free to. The link in the description will be below. And oh, also be on the lookout for playlists of, you know, the other games that I usually play, because I do play other games on there, and I am seeking to go through this whole marathon thing with Resident Evil. We beat Resident Evil 0 already, so now we are going into the classic version of Resident Evil 1. Now, I've beaten the remake version of Resident Evil 1, but I wanted to go through the classic version, so it's been an interesting experience. So I am looking forward to finishing that. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. I'm out of here. Catch you later.